Hey guys, what's up? It's Lewis.
And Gilda.
And today we want to do a quick video of a couple of things that we think will help you on your next Disney cruise, and a couple little things that we learned along the way, and hopefully we can pass this along to you. And this was, again, on our first trip on the Disney Dream. So let's go ahead.
Yep.
Now, since this will be a pretty long video, I will put on the bottom the chapters so you guys can jump around to the stuff that you're looking for or stuff that you're interested in. So look down on the descriptions. I'll put, you'll find the chapters, and that way you can jump to the place that you want to get more information on.
Let's start with the passport.
Yes.
Oh my good.
Yes.
What a drama. So we booked this trip on, like, let's be realistic, at the last minute. And so we needed a passport, and we still had time, but not that much time. So if you're planning on a Disney cruise or you're thinking about it, please do the passport first.
Take that stress off.
It's absolutely very stressing. Which county takes when. Some counties it's only by appointment, and the nearest appointment is like a month away. We ended up going one county over to be able to get our passport, at least send it in, and then we had to pay express service to get it, to get it back. Very stressful, I have to say. Yeah.
Now again, regarding the passport, another thing that we did learn is that it has to match what you have in the app, because if not, they will stop you right there. And our booking, when we were just before we board, they confirmed that everything is correct, and it happened to be that they need to have the exact same on the passport, because that's what they use to be able to get into the boat. Remember,
yes,
like when you're
something like that. So make sure if you put two names, like your middle name and your first name, make sure that matches what you put in the boat.
Exactly.
I made that mistake, and that was a drama.
So now you know. And I guess I'll let Gilda talk about that one, because she explains it better than I do. So Wi-Fi on the boat, does it exist? No, it doesn't. Okay. Like, even the basic Wi-Fi that they give you is absolutely horrible. Yeah.
You will get, everybody that we know have iPhones.
Yeah.
So because of the iPhone, there's something that makes it work, the iMessage.
Yeah.
But we could not get a picture.
Exactly.
Posting a picture, that's absolutely impossible.
Yeah, it was the weirdest thing.
It was the weirdest thing. So as soon as we parked in an island, I was like a junkie.
Catch up,
catching up, sending messages, emails to people that I needed to, like making sure my mom was okay. So that's a little distressing for me. Yeah. Especially because I I still can get in touch with my mom if I can. Yeah. Because again, my mom has an iPhone, but it's very distressing that you cannot get Wi-Fi anywhere. Yeah. Now, I get that somebody's gonna say, well, the whole purpose to go on vacation is so you don't need the Wi-Fi. Yeah. And I hear you, and you're right. And most of the times we didn't need it. But when we did need it, it was a dire need. Yes, so exactly. I just rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Yeah.
Now they did say that supposedly you do get 50 megs for free, which we never were able to get that thing to work. You can, of course, pay additional at a premium. You can pay at a premium to get internet access, but I don't know if you want that. But again, the thing of the messages was the most weirdest thing, because you can get a text message. Some text messages would come through, and every once in a while your phone would beep and something would happen.
Yeah.
So the text message would come through, but the images wouldn't come through. It's like it was downloading and never did. So it was like the most weirdest thing. Sure, when you're parked in certain docks, like the Miami dock, which is where this boat was going out of, yes, the Wi-Fi was working. I guess so. But once you're out on the waters, that's it. Unless I guess you paid. We didn't pay, because it was like the prices were like over the top for
what we were gonna be like. We didn't feel it was necessary. Yeah, exactly. But if you're a person who depends, that we encountered a person who was like aggravated because he's a businessman. He needed to reply to an email, and one email had cost him the entire
50 megs. Yeah, the free 50
megs.
megs. And he was livid.
He was absolutely going berserk over it.
Yeah, we saw the guy in the elevator, and I asked him, "Oh, you got Wi-Fi?" Yeah, you know, it used all my 50 megs open on one email. So that was interesting.
Yeah, so
now
like,
you know,
yeah. So be aware of that. Make sure you have all your ducks in a row, so you don't need the Wi-Fi.
Yeah. Okay, the next one is the Castaway Cay. Actually, a little detail that we noticed, and it's something that we didn't know, but now we know for the next time, which is
fans.
Bring a fan with you. There is no building that has AC. I don't know if the bathrooms actually had AC.
I didn't.
I don't remember. Yeah, but there's no area with AC. So if you're a person who, you know,
I sweat a lot.
Yeah, overheats easy. So.
Yeah, I sweat a lot. I overheat very easily.
So bring a fan with you.
Bring a fan because I was sweating bullets.
Yes. Now the cool thing, you will be able to find water and all that fun stuff, but if you have a chance to bring a fan with you, one of the neck fans or one of that you hold on the hand, it doesn't hurt to bring it with you.
Yep. The time of, I think it's 90 days or something like that, you will be able to see what events there is on the prices through the app. I suggest you check them out. You can also find them before online, like there's websites that tells you what's available and what's not. But I do suggest you check them out before you get like to this, like you have an idea of what you want to do and what price point are you willing to pay.
Exactly.
One thing that one of the people, one of the tours that we booked told us that when you book through Disney, if your tour for some reason gets delayed or like something happens, a tire pops, whatever happens, and you're not going to make it back to the boat at the time they're supposed to, that company is required to tell Disney, we have 30 of your passengers stranded in this street. It will be half an hour more before after embarkation that you will need, that we will need to get them to there, and the boat will wait for you.
Yeah, which is the good thing. So
yeah, but if you book with an outside agent, Disney doesn't know, and there's no reason for them to notify it.
Exactly.
So that's why a lot of people and a lot of travel agents recommend you book it through Disney.
Exactly.
It's not that they're making a buck out of it, it's just for your safety and convenience.
Exactly. Now, like Sigilda says, it's all done through the, there's an app for the Disney cruise, which is amazing. It has everything in there. And ironically, that app works great with the Wi-Fi on the boat.
Oh my God, yes.
It worked perfect.
I don't understand.
No matter where we went, you could see everything on it. It's got a diagram of the boat and everything. So yeah, that's another thing. If you don't, there's actually a place on the boat that you can actually then do the reservations if you want to. But we always recommend to do it as soon as it'll tell you how many days you can do it before.
Just download, as soon as you book your cruise, download that application.
Yeah, use the same email that you gave them and you can log in and it's perfect.
It is perfect. It is absolutely worth it. And it works in the boat like magic.
Which is another thing that we'll talk later. You can see characters and other stuff, all the schedules. So that's for another conversation.
Oh, yes. So you have the option of do first seating or second seating for dinner. We chose second seating. We do not have children, so we didn't need to be... We do not have
children traveling with us.
Well, yes, we do not have children traveling with us. So. Our children are adults now, so we were alone, and we chose to have the second seating because we have time to get ready, like dolled up and get like all cute. Meanwhile, there were people that, like a toddler, most of the parents were ready to put them to bed like at 8 o'clock, and I understand that at 8 o'clock like it's too late for those kids to have lunch.
Now second seating was 8:15. I think first seating is 7.
Yes, no, a little bit early, 6:45.
6:45. Okay, and then second seating is 8:15, which was perfect. We loved it. It was perfect.
We loved the second seating. So if you are traveling with teenagers or adults and you all can wait until the second seating, I absolutely do recommend it because you get time to do all the stuff. You can go shopping, like, or do whatever you need to, or if you're arriving like a little later from your tour, You get time to just nap, get rest, take a shower, and get ready.
Yep.
I have medications, and I've heard two different viewpoints. I'm going to tell you the original viewpoints that Disney tells you.
Yeah.
Disney tells you that if you have any medications, they need to be on the original bottle to take in the ride, to take in the boat.
Yeah.
That's what I chose to do. Some people said that they just brought in Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, those little boxes.
Yeah, colored ones. Yeah.
Which I have also. And I brought them also that way. But I brought the other ones because I didn't want to have any misunderstandings.
Yes, exactly.
Some of the medications that I drink are controlled, and so
the good stuff.
The good stuff. And so I didn't want any like trouble with that. So I just chose to bring in the pills by themselves.
There you go. Okay, the next one is something really, really important, and I'll let Gilda explain it because she's better at this stuff than I am.
Now, in your TV, you can see your bill. Please, people, make a budget before you get on the boat.
Yes.
It is very important. The last day, I thought that the line that was going around the shops was a line for a character that they did have in the lobby.
Yeah.
Turns out it was the amount of people complaining about their
bills and stuff
because they did not budget it, or they did not think, or they didn't remember, or I don't understand.
Yeah.
People need to get on their toes about this.
Yeah.
There was a lot, like daily, I would go into my TV and you go into your statement and you check out all the charges.
Yeah.
So you knew what you were getting charged. And if we barked on a port, I confirmed that with my application, my bank application that I had.
Yep.
Okay, they charged this, they charged that. Disney charges in bunches. So because obviously they're in the middle of the sea. So they have to, I guess they have to wait until a certain time to put him.
Yeah.
So if you made like two charges of $200, it will appear as one of $400.
Exactly.
Because they'll consolidate it all in one.
Yeah.
And so people would not I guess they don't budget. They don't keep receipts. I had every receipt that I ever got, we ever bought or anything at all, because I keep accounts to it.
Yeah. Now with that said, I'm sorry that I interject. Is that you do not use cash?
No cash.
That is something that the cash that we took out was when we went to the islands, because there, if you want to buy stuff from market and stuff like that, then yes, cash is good.
On the boat,
it's all you charge your card.
Everything is charged to your room and your little card that they give you.
Exactly, drinks, everything is
now
charged.
The drinks are automatically added. Your 18%. The tip for the bartender is automatically added, the 18%, which honestly I find that absolutely fantastic.
You just gotta take care of
I'm
drinking.
very bad at math, which is funny because I used to be a teller, a bank teller. Anyway, so I'm very bad at math. So calculating a tip for me, it's torturous. Now I just have to write it down, sign it up, and go.
That's it, yeah. And it was awesome, yeah.
But you need to make a budget. You need to make a budget and understand what are you willing to spend on drinks, on gifts, on anything at all.
Yeah. I'm sorry that I.
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay. Now note that the drinks, alcoholic drinks, are extra. Now included in your package, you do get all the Cokes and Sprites and water and all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
But the alcoholic drinks that we love and the ones that you want to try, they're all additional. So those are charged to your room onto the card.
Which reminded me of the water.
Yes.
Bring in your own cup, like your own Stanley mug or whatever mug you use for water. If you go to the 14th floor, you can get water for free.
Yes.
But people were bringing in
boxes
of water.
Yeah,
I'm not very huge on the box water, to be honest, or the bottled water, mainly because I like to keep it for the environment. So I bring always my own cup of water.
Yeah.
But people were not I don't know, like they were bringing tons of water or buying the water when you can bring in your Stanley cup and just fill it up at the 14th floor and go down to your room with it.
Yeah, the 14th floor is the pool floor. I'll put some photos here that has a machine, has all the food, has all the stuff that's included. So trust me that you don't, it's all there.
They have Pepsi, they have lemonade, they have Dr. Pepper, they have everything you need is in
it's
there.
Right there, yeah.
It is very, like, it's well stocked. You don't, and they have coffee.
Yeah, everything
If
right
you
there.
need coffee,
Cups, ice,
tea, they have tea.
Yeah.
So yeah.
One of how to use the controls of the bathroom.
I let him tell that story.
Because that one was, we had issues of learning to see how it was, and they're actually a separate video. I'm going to go ahead and play it for you. That shows you how to adjust and set up the shower and all that fun stuff. Here it is. Okay, the next quick tip video is here actually in the bathroom. You actually have two rooms, one where the toilet and this is where the shower is. And I'm going to show you actually turn on how the shower works because I had a interesting time to figure it out. Okay, so here we go. So as you can see, you got on top the one that comes from the top. You got the one that you can adjust here, which is a handheld one, and you got the one from the tub here as well. Now the way this works, you got these two dials. This one on the top controls the temperature, depending where you rotate, if it's hot or cold. And then this one on the bottom is the one that turns on the water. If I push this out, the water is going to turn on. And I'm going to go ahead and do that for you guys to see it. There we go. And now, once how much as you pull it out is how much the water is going to come out. If you turn it to the left here, what's going to do is going to activate the one on the top. If you put it to the right, it's going to activate the handheld shower. Now, the cool thing of this, of course, you can always adjust this up and down as you want. And that's how this works. And then to close the water, just push it forward. Okay, the next one is the room key. I'll let Gilda go ahead and explain it and tell us what happened to us.
So you get to your cabin, to your room, and they have those keys. We opened the door. We used it to open the door. Unfortunately, we had no light, no electricity.
Yeah, it's like everything was shut off.
Everything was shut off, and we couldn't figure out how to turn it on. So we had to call like front desk services because through the app.
Yeah, which
and
great.
explain to them that we had no electricity, that we couldn't turn our lights, we couldn't do anything. And it turns out that once you open your cabin, right to your left, there's going to be like a little key holder. You place any card of your party in it, and bam!
Everything turns on.
Lumos, there is light.
Yep, and just like that, also when you walk out, you just grab the card, pull it out, and it turns everything off. And
So on the last day of your cruise, they're going to give you these little envelopes, and so these are for your server, your assistant server, your head server, your server, and your host or hostess of your stateroom. These are the tips that you give them to. We prepaid ours, so in our case, it's going to be like they give you a paper like this, and then you break them apart and insert them with the amount of money that you want to give them to. Now, please take into account that if you want, we prepaid ours, but if you want to give them more, you're more than welcome to. Our hostess, Alfonso, if you're seeing this, your service is fantastic. I can't suggest anything because you are too good for us. So we decided to give them a pre-tip and additionally put some cash on it. They suggest that you give it to them, and honestly, that would be my choice. It is yours to leave it there. I think it says that you can personally present it to them because they're not allowed to take anything from the room. So make sure you give it to them personally, not leave it into the room assuming that they're going to take it, because they even tell you themselves on the first day, please do not leave any valuables anywhere because they're not allowed to touch it and they won't touch it. So just personally present it to them. And honestly, the least you could do after all they did for us. So make that into account. Please make sure you account for the tips of everything else. Like, for example, if you order a coffee, it will be the tip will be included. When we went to the bar and we ordered some beers or some champagne, the tip is included. And for us, that I'm very mathematically challenged, that is a huge thing because I can't calculate math. But for us, it was for me, it was a great thing because all I had to do was sign and that was it. And it's perfect. So make sure you take into account your hostesses and your servers tips because they'll need to be included. So there's different buffets. You don't necessarily have to stop at the first round that you see.
Yeah.
There's it repeats itself along the way.
Yeah.
And it's really nice, I have to say.
Yeah.
So just straight up go ahead and go around the people. Some people prefer just to stop at the first one, but
Yep.
you can go to the second one or start from the bottom, get your dessert first.
And then, yeah, exactly. And then keep on. So, yeah, and the one in this boat was called Cabanas.
Uh-huh.
And so it had multiple stations of the same food. So don't necessarily stop in the first one, which was always the longest line. But you can always just go walk in and grab some food, and the cool thing also that you can grab food from the outside and sit inside the cabanas with AC if you wanted to, or you can grab the food from there and sit outside next to the pool. So there's a bunch
because
of
in the corner there is chicken nuggets, salads, and
Yes.
other stuff that you can get. The cabanas of the station, the buffet, is closed for dinner.
Yes.
So you need to go to your normal sitting room. Or if you prefer, you can stay in your room and order room service. But you don't want to miss dinner time. It's fantastic.
Yep. Okay, the next one, really important, which we actually paid, I think it was $199 for it, and we thought at the moment maybe it was a little too much, but we highly now recommend it for everybody.
Yes.
Which is the Photopass option. Now, Photopass option covers everything, and I mean everything
Yes.
as to you being on the islands, Castaway Cay, you being in the pools, you being on the rides,
The
and all
nighttime.
the nighttime events where they would come out and set up different backdrops. Everything's included.
We got so
Yeah.
many pictures,
Yeah.
so many.
Yeah.
And at the time I purchased it, the only thing that they told me was you can, if you don't wish to keep it at the end of the trip, just come back to us and we'll reimburse you the money.
Yeah.
So I figured I would pay for it, and then if I didn't want it, just that's it.
Yeah.
I would go there and cancel it.
Yes.
We got so many pictures.
So many good photos,
So
yeah.
many good photos out of it. I was really surprised at the quality and the professional level that they have in the ship. It was so good.
Yes.
Very, very good.
And
what they didn't tell me is that if you go off the ship on the last day, the last night, there was a huge line for the Photopass,
Yes.
and I didn't know why. And then I realized that one of the cast members told me that if you get off the boat the next day, once the ship is over, they delete those photos automatically.
Yeah.
So you have no chance of recovering it
Yeah.
at all. If you purchase Photopass, you have, I think, 48 hours
to download them. Yeah.
to download it from the moment your cruise is over.
Yep.
So we went home and downloaded it immediately, and that was
Exactly,
the
and
end of it.
That was the end of it.
But if you get off the boat and you didn't purchase Photopass, you're out of luck.
Yes. Now they have, and I'll put a video here, on the 4th floor, they have these Photopass stations where you can go in and see your photos. You basically tap your card and you can see the photos. You can purchase them there if you want to, which is what everybody was doing at the last moment.
Yeah.
We would just go to the station to see the photos, how they've been coming out, and we were so surprised from the first set of photos that we saw how good they were.
And now in the morning, once you woke up in the morning, those photos were gone.
Exactly.
That was surprising. And then there were people angry about it because they didn't know.
Yep.
Again, plan your trip, folks. You need to plan your trip because
that's something that you do want to include.
if you do want to include it, you need to make a budget out of it. If you're going with different party members, which I noticed, some party members were splitting it between each other,
Yeah.
and so you all can like get the Photopass from each other. And I thought that was an excellent option.
Yeah. Now we're going to share a couple of the shots that they took, so you can see how professional they look. These people knew what they were doing. These people, this is what they do for a living. Actually, spoke with a couple of them, and the setups and everything, lights and everything, were all high-end equipment. This wasn't just like somebody took a 2-week class and started taking photos.
You give your bags to the back porter, and the back porter takes you around to the area of immigration to verify your passport and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Make sure you have cash. Obviously, they cannot take credit cards.
Yeah.
And honestly, make sure you tip them well. This is what they do for a living. Our back porter cut out line like.
Yeah. When we got out, because
yes.
Not only do they take the bags when you get in, and then when you arrive to your room, you see the bags right there waiting for you, but also when you get out. So it was great to actually,
Yeah, I would see the line of people with the bag, and he's like, no, come with me, come with me.
Bypass everything.
But we bypassed everything, and I was like, this was the best tip I've ever given in my life.
Yeah, because right where we landed and gave the bags when we started was where he ended up putting the bags, which is perfect.
Okay, Parking. We made the massive mistake of not researching this and going by what somebody else has said. Somebody else told me, oh, you can find cheap parking around Miami.
And they drive you over.
And they drive you over to the port.
Yeah.
And it's less expensive than parking at the port.
Yeah.
I checked the port and I said, oh, okay, well, if it's that expensive and they drive us, why not?
Yeah.
Do not do it. I cannot emphasize this enough. Park at the port. Yes, it's more expensive. Make the budget. That was by far the most dangerous ride I have ever had in my life. Luis was driving without a seatbelt, if I may add, all of us.
Yeah, we were all sitting in this crammed up van.
And then he had something in...
Yeah, it was like a broken seatbelt that I had to sit on.
Yes,
like it was not
and it was
fun.
Pinching him, literally pinching him on the back. No, it's like driving at 60, 65 miles an hour.
And there was many people had kids sitting on their laps without no car seats. It was
just so awful.
And I was telling the guy right there, like, hey, we don't mind waiting for the next car. We don't,
we don't know if we're coming back again.
Yeah, we don't know if we're coming back. You can do it. Get in there. It was terrible. Never again.
Never again. And especially if you're going to the Port of Miami, just park in the port. It's right there next to it. I saw people going and just grabbing their bags and going out and rolling into their car, and me, I had to wait for the car, which didn't come until half an hour later. That's another story.
Yes.
They say they would pass by every 15 minutes. That was a lie.
Yeah.
It was insane. We waited half an hour. Almost everybody was gone. And we were still there. And then when he finally showed up, he shoved us all in there.
And it's bad enough that you're getting off of a 3-day cruise, that everything was great and dandy, and then you're sitting there waiting for someone to come up and pick you up. So it's just not happening again.
Absolutely not. Next time I would rather pay an Uber, honestly speaking. It would have been way expensive, but it's so worth it.
Yeah.
But just park in the port. Trust me, park in the port.
Okay, one more, which is actually a good tip for if you're going with people and you like to take photos with the characters, is actually the app. Make sure you have the app installed, because it shows you where the characters will be, and we found that the best spot was the balcony.
Yeah.
So we would look at the app and check out the characters when they're going to be showing. And the good thing of the boat, to be honest with you, is that the characters are going all the way sometimes until like 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Which was really amazing. So you will see all the characters. You don't have to worry about, not being able to see them, or they're going to leave or whatever. You will have a chance to see all of them. Now, we always try to make sure we got them at the balcony, because you got the whole view in the back, and the interactions were always awesome.
We were in love with their chandelier,
yes.
And so we wanted as many pictures as we could of the chandelier. Now with the princesses, it's a different
reservation
setup.
Yeah, it's like
it
a
works by
reservation,
reservation,
which is free.
Which is free. You don't have to pay for it. You just need to make a reservation out of it. You can either go by guest services and do that, or do it on the app or beforehand.
Yes.
I did not check that out, but there were still some spaces and they squeezed us in.
Yeah,
I saw people that morning realizing that they had princesses and went to the person and added themselves to the list. Like that's another idea, but you run the chance that they don't have enough time or they don't have enough spots. So just make sure that you check that out. If that's a priority for you, make sure that you check that out on time.
Yep.
Just like the spots, because it was so much fun.
Yeah, and the princesses we saw. Let me see if I remember though. We saw Rapunzel, Tiana, Cinderella.
Yeah.
And who was the fourth one? Was there a fourth one? Belle.
Belle.
So yeah, and they're all like in line. So you see all four of them in one shot, and then you interact with them. It's not like hurry up, take a photo, like when you're at the parks.
It was very good.
You actually interact with them, which is great, and so
and you get the background of the main lobby.
Yes.
Which again, our chandelier. But it was very good. But make sure you check it out and plan ahead of time. It shows up in the morning, so if you're an early riser and your kids are not or anything, you can plan ahead by do that. Or you can pass by guest services and ask. They were more than willing to help you.
Yes. Okay. I put that in there.
Listen, we usually when we travel, we try to make laundry, so when we get back, we don't have to do laundry.
Yeah.
Did we do laundry?
No.
Did we ask if there was a laundry? Yes. They even apparently have machines for if you didn't bring your own laundry detergent for you to use it.
Yeah.
Did we use it? Absolutely not. Like, we were too busy going to the district to drink champagne and having fun.
Yep.
Now, are you going to do laundry in a boat? I don't know. We say that we're going to do it on the next one.
Yeah.
You're going to have to wait until October to find that out. Somehow I'm finding that hard to believe.
Now they did have in the room, like they have of all the other hotels, they have the iron board and they have the iron, and they do have the ability that if you need to get type of service on the shirts, you can do that as well.
They have the service.
So they have all that stuff. But if
I had plenty of clothes and we didn't use it.
We had everything down to the day. So.
Yeah.
And that's it. Okay, guys. So that's it. Hopefully these are the questions that help you on your planning to your Disney cruise and stuff that we ran into that hopefully you don't have to run into. And so if you got any questions, feel free to comment below, and Gilda or I would gladly respond to them. Till then, guys, stay awesome.
Bye.